Hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to Side Quest, the quest that is sideways to our usual quests, hence the name Side Quest, where normally we have an adventure in the guise of characters that loosely reflect our personalities. Today we will simply be talking about nerdy bullshit in our actual personalities, which are equally detestable. So, before we get into things, who do we have with us today? We have myself, Steve Weverill. We have Rick Walteri. We have John Harness. We have Robert Bevan. Say hello, fellas.
Hello.
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 You should be shit-faced every time you want to pronounce Rick's name.
I know.
Was that good? Wow.
We get to Vegas before you say my name at all. I'm making you chug like a quart of Fireball.
I used to have a girlfriend like that. What? That is fair. I have been drinking all day. It's an English bank holiday. You guys don't have bank holidays, do you?
We have holidays for more than bank.
For more than banks, you say?
Yeah.
My word.
Yeah, so what is the definition of a bank holiday? Is it like fucking Arbor Day?
We get a weekend plus one where the banks don't have to open. And because the banks, who own us, don't open, we don't have to go to work. So our Sunday becomes like a double Saturday. And normally these things usually take the place of the pagan holidays that were wiped out by imperial invasion, and used to take the place of spring and summer solstice. But it's been England. Normally it rains the fuck out. But today, super sunshine. Maybe Bevan's
what a
right.
fucking shocker.
Yeah, maybe Bevan's right, and I just lie about living on a rainy little island. Secretly, I live on a tropical paradise. But what everyone tends to do is go, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to go to the pub. Instead of half the day, all of the day. So that is the bank holiday experience in England.
So what genocide are you celebrating this weekend over there?
Well, that's the thing. We don't celebrate genocides anymore. That's what we call a bank holiday. So we just we put all the blame into the banks, which are now international. So all the horrors that are done in the name of...
But I mean, does this holiday not have a name? It's just like...
No, it's just a bank holiday.
Seriously? Oh.
Yeah. It's just nobody really feels good about genocide, Bevan. I mean, it's...
Wait, what?
Maybe in the old days. I think we used to have an Empire Day, and then we thought, hang on.
I don't know.
I don't feel great about that.
I kind of like the idea of it of a day where you basically just say fuck you greedy bastards. I mean, goddamn, if somebody declared Comcast Day here, where you just pretty much just drive past the cable companies and just throw bottles of urine out the window at them, I'd be all for that shit.
That'd be great. If the entire genesis of this is why don't you fucking bowler-hatted motherfuckers just fuck off home for a day and leave us alone? That would make sense. But no, I think we call it bank holiday. They do line up with, I guess we have a May Day bank holiday. I think they line up with the old pagan bank holidays, before we were invaded, before we invaded everyone else. Back when we just used to, more innocent times, when we just used to sacrifice children to a goat or whatever it is we used to do.
And they had banks
back before
for what? That back then?
Back before my ancestors invaded this country and were sharecropping somewhere in Scotland.
But yeah, pretty much. I mean, Scotland's have got their own bank holidays. I think we've kind of taken the old pagan holidays, replaced the old... Isn't it great that we took over the world holidays? Because it wasn't really. I mean, it was, obviously we did well out of it, but the rest of the world, not so much. And replaced it with, the banks can close for a day. Isn't that nice? And you know what? It is. It's all right.
It would be nice if they kind of maybe combined the two, the old pagan with that, where it's okay, you find the worst bankers and you can sacrifice them.
Yeah, I think we should bring back the old ways.
And this is how you get the purge.
Yeah. Get the old maypole up. Start celebrating erections again. like we did in the old days, gathering in the May for the May bush. That was a vagina illusion for all you people who've been paying attention to the old pagan holiday. Yeah, we should just basically start worshipping genitals again.
We do.
Yeah, I mean,
don't you?
Well, every day, basically. Yeah. But, if you wanted to do it, you can't do it in public, John. That's the problem.
If you have a ring of invisibility, you can.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. An awesome way to to just greet my my Facebook group, but every day. Good morning. Behold my boner.
Yeah. That's what the maypole was all about. Not just your bonus specifically, Rick. That would be odd if the pagans foretold your coming. I mean, literally.
Coming.
You see what I did there? That's why this is a fucking comedy podcast. I can't help to think that we have gone slightly off track.
I don't think so, because there is at least one place in the United States where if you just stand out in the middle of the street and shout out, "Behold my boner," it won't even get a second look.
Do you mean your house, John?
No. Okay, there's two places. But the other one is Las Vegas.
Which brings us conveniently to our bonus action.
Our boners action?
Yeah, well, I was nearly said boner action there. Because I said boners, they're in the air. It's an English bank holiday. But, no, the bonus action is this poorly concealed plug about the upcoming Orphans and Dragons convention event in Las Vegas. It's not really a plug. It's just kind of...
It's not really veiled either.
No, it's not really veiled at all, let's be fair. It's kind of on our minds at the moment. We're all a bit fucking, I don't know, excited and into this. It's very soon.
We want to plug you with our unveiled bonus.
Oh, Bevan.
Farnsworth butter biscuits is bad.
Bevan, you've been to my country. How dare you? How dare you be so accurate?
I didn't know how accurate it was until I heard that one woman speak.
Until you heard that woman screeching about her boner in an English cafe.
Isn't it marvelous when you hear somebody just reinforce what in your mind should be a stereotypical accent?
Yeah.
I mean, I really thought I was off the rails with that accent, but she had it fucking dead on.
I went up to Canada one time for a job, and we were visiting a field office, and I go in there, and the guy is he's like, "Hey mates, how's it going? Eh?" And he just starts talking about hose, and it's like something straight out of a Bob and Doug movie, and I'm just and the guy's talking, I'm just I just want to record you because you are the best thing that has happened to me at this job.
You should have just slapped him. Said you should be ashamed of yourself, you traitor to your noble country. But it's true. We've all got stereotypes, and those stereotypes come from somewhere, let's be fair.
Yeah.
Just for Bevan to come into your country and mock you.
But what's a stereotype you might find in Vegas other than somebody screaming about their boner on the street corner?
Well, I thought that was the stereotype.
The porn slappers.
Porn slappers?
What the hell is that?
Jesus.
Okay. Have you guys... Rick, have you ever been to Vegas?
Once.
Did you go to Vegas as an adult, or were you a child?
Yes, actually, I think I know this because I didn't really walk around Vegas too much, but I've been to New York, and we have pretty much the same thing here. So,
Yeah.
I've got to interrupt, John, because I was convinced you were going to say to Rick, have you ever been porn slapped?
Oh, I'm sure Rick has been porn slapped.
Oh, it is a thing. It is a verb.
Oh, yeah. So
wow.
here's what you get in Las Vegas. On the Vegas Strip, between some of the less expensive hotels, like Bally's, out in front, you'll have these rows of guys wearing neon-colored T-shirts with giant letters that say, "Girls direct to you in 30 minutes," or just "Girls, girls, girls." And it's obvious, and they've got phone numbers on the back, and they're obviously walking billboards for escort services. And as you walk past, they hand you flyers for their businesses that are about the size of baseball cards. And the way they get your attention is they slap the cards against the palm of their other hand rapidly to make it kind of sound like an old bicycle in your old playing card in your bicycle spokes. And they've got it down to where it's just this rhythm of slap, slap, pass, slap, slap, pass. I have friends who have wallpapered walls of their home with hooker advertisements from Las Vegas. And the game is to never get the same girl under the same name.
You know what they should do? I mean, do you guys play like Top Trumps? It's kind of like Magic the Gathering. I mean, if they just like themed the sex workers that way, they'd have a lot more people just lining up for them cards.
Yeah, and if there was some rarity to them.
Well,
But
it's
yeah,
gotta be. There's always a rare girl out there, John. I believe in romance.
But we have a similar shit up in New York, except they will hand you flyers for everything. If you just walk down this like one block in New York City, which are hands out, you will pretty much end up with essentially a newspaper's worth of shit.
Now, see, if they all had stats on it, Rick, maybe people would hang on to them. I think I might be onto something here. So, no, wait a minute. This slap technique, I mean, why have they developed that? Surely just the concept of here is...
because the noise gets your attention.
Yeah, but you know what else would get my attention would be like, hey, whores. Or
That requires a grasp of the English language that not all of these gentlemen possess.
I see, right.
Yeah, but it seems like it would be easier to teach them the words
Whores.
"hey whores" than the slapping technique.
Not necessarily. I mean, I don't want to get down on our immigrant brothers who have come here from other countries, because this is what that country is built on. But I mean, let's be honest. I mean, there's some people who have who have worked at the same gas station for 5 or 10 years, and you still say fill up regular, and they look at you like the fuck,
They just kind of slap two cards together and say, whores.
They're just looking at you like that, Rick. They're just like, oh, this fucking guy again? God damn.
Yeah.
Do you guys still not pump your own gas in Jersey?
No, we do not pump our own fucking gas in New Jersey, because every time it comes up on a ballot, people freak out and and they act like the state will be burning down within a week.
That's fucking hilarious.
It is.
I pump my own gas and I'm a fucking idiot.
And you don't even buy a gallon at a time.
I don't even know what a gallon would look like. 4
liters.
They pump your gas for you in Korea, and I always felt like I was in the 50s every time I went to get it filled up.
It's like some Back to the Future shit.
well, here's the thing. In Korea, do they come up? Do they check your wiper fluid? Wipe your windshield, shit like that?
Occasionally.
Okay,
no,
okay. Because here in New Jersey, they had one place that did that, which of course closed down because I think they realized, oh, we're not making money doing that. The rest of these places, full service basically means, okay, we stick the nozzle in in and click the handle, and if anything else clean your windshield, you can go fuck yourself.
Don't get me wrong, if there was a thing on a nozzle, a button that said full service, and I could just press it and that shit would take care of itself, I would absolutely push that button most of the time. So, yeah, I think the idea that you can't pump your own gas is ridiculous, but the idea that you can just push a button and some other fucker will do it, that's wonderful.
I remember when I was growing up down here, you would have full-service pumps and self-service pumps. And the gas was more expensive at the full-service pumps, but they would come out and clean your windshield and check your oil, and you didn't have to get out and...
If you go up to Lake Maryland and stuff, they actually, I don't know if they still have it, but a couple of years back they used to have full service and and fill yourself lanes. And the thing is, I can't see why anybody would ever go into the full service lane, only because most of the time they're slow as fuck.
Well, that's the thing, but you say that, but in most of the garages in my country is you pull in, you go, oh, I really need to get to that pump, but it's very busy. And some fuckers there ordering some kind of complicated coffee for 1 million years because they've decided that, oh, we're not making enough money on gas, so we'll sell them coffee. Or there's an entire fucking mini supermarket in there. You're like, I just really want to just get my fucking petrol and go.
Oh, my fucking favorite is when you is when I pull up to the pump and the car is there and the nozzle is in the tank and it's running and there's not a fucking soul around. And you wait for 10 or 15 minutes and you know that the guy who's driving that car set the pump, left it, and is in there taking a shit.
You can do that in America?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
You can take a shit in America. It's fine.
You people are so free. If I tried that in England...
Your papers, please.
Yeah, exactly.
These papers are not right for you to take a shit.
I see there's a car out there with the petrol going into it, but no driver. Terrorist squad. Go.
And, you know, you talk about a mini supermarket attached to the gas station. That's fucking every gas station here.
Yeah. I've never had that experience John was talking about with the guy taking a shit inside. But yeah, the supermarket thing's for real.
General etiquette here is there's other parking spots. So after you fill up, you're supposed to pull in there and go get your coffee. But assholes, we'll do what assholes will do.
Yeah. Well, I'd love the option to pull into a gas station or a petrol station, as we say, where I am from, in the language of my people, and push a little button, and a guy come out in a jaunty cap and say, maybe in a Cockney accent, "What can I do for you, sir?" And say, "Yeah, fill the car up, put air in my tires."
That's the worst fucking Cockney accent I've heard since Dick Van Dyke.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, theoretically. I mean, I want it in a Cockney accent or a 1950s American accent, neither of which I can do convincingly.
You know what? I want a Cockney accent as done by a young orphan. Excuse me, sir. Can I fill up your tank, sir?
Oh, I fucking love that, and that would really pay well in America.
Sir, do you want some gas?
If I opened up a little,
want some more?
Do you want some more oil?
I open up a gas station in America, and you pull in with your American car, and you press your button, and this little one-legged orphan just limps up on his crutch. "Oh, can I help you, sir? Can I do something for you, sir?" And you say, "Fill her up." He's, "Oh, I'll try. My poor mum."
And he's got to be plucky though.
My poor mum used to fill up the cars. And then, you're like, "Scrape the fucking bird shit off my car, you orphan prick."
And then as you roll up the window, you catch like the first half of "God bless us, everyone," except you don't hear the rest because you're too busy pulling out. Because who gives a flying fuck about him?
And then some prick dressed as the angel of death just kind of dive bombs your windscreen as you go out. Yes, I know how to make money in America. My God.
That's at least as profitable as a publishing company.
I want a full tank of gas and the fattest goose in the town.
You boy, what day is this? It's the day you scrape the goose shit off of my windshield. People want an experience, Bevan. You're damn right. Yes. Oh my God. I forgot why we even started this podcast.
All I know is we have just fixed the gas station industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That and QT pretzels.
Huh? Yeah.
Huh?
Fair. As long as they're delivered by an orphan boy with a box around his neck. Yes.
Got it. Everything should be delivered by by a limping orphan boy.
Yeah. Just make you feel a little bit better about your situation.
How awesome would it be, you order your Domino's and an orphan boy is like limping down the block doing his damnedest to get there within 30 minutes and he's 1 minute late and you just bitch him out for it.
So I've been sitting in all day drinking fucking Windolene, but you make me feel like a fucking king, orphan boy. Now give me my pizza.
Here's your 1 pence tip.
Yeah.
God blesses each and every one of them, and there better be fucking pepperoni on this.
And where's my fucking breadsticks?
Oh, that'd be wonderful. What a wonderful world we've all just created there. I think that's why people tune into this podcast, for that shared experience of what could be a better world. But we were talking about how we feel about VegasCon coming up.
Oh, yeah, we were.
Like I've said, it's been a bank holiday. I do not remember how we got to Orphan Boys delivering me pizza. But I'm glad we got there.
Yeah, no idea.
So, getting back on what I assume is the trek, how are we all feeling about Vegas Con? Are we nervous? Or is this just another notch on the belt for you cowboys?
I was gonna say I'm nervous as fuck both for the con and getting to the con. It's just gonna be like a week and a half of crazy for me. And oddly enough, the one thing that made me feel better, and this maybe I shouldn't be sharing it from the chat, but Drew basically saying, okay, when we all get there, we're going to this buffet because this is the best buffet in Vegas, and somehow that gave me comfort. I don't know why.
Just purpose. Just like...
And I guess it's because I trust Drew to not want to eat shit.
Yeah, I think that out of all of us, Drew's the one who's least likely to just say, oh, fuck it, I'll eat this.
I'm probably the most likely.
My favorite restaurant is a gas station, Bevan.
Oh my God. That's the most depressing thing I've heard all day.
I hope there's a little orphan boy serving you that that meatball sandwich there.
There's a little Filipino man, and he teaches me Spanish. and I know that Spanish isn't the native language of Filipinos.
Well, he's helping you out, man. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I also don't ask too many questions about the fried chicken.
Yeah, probably best not to.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous because there's a lot of moving parts, and we've got everything pretty well locked in. I'm going to be emailing out schedules to all of our guests to tell them what to do, probably tonight or Monday. But yeah, I'm concerned. I've never done an event with this venue before. I've not worked with this AV company before. My nerves are on the logistical side, going back to my days of doing event work and the shit that can go sideways with that. I figure the part where we're dealing with our fans and our friends will be fine because we'll all be loaded regardless. But I'll be way less nervous about lunchtime on Friday when I've met with the hotel people and know that shit is settled.
That's very professional of you, John.
Yeah.
You've actually made me a lot more confident in that.
Well, I did spend a whole big chunk of my life doing shit like this for a living. So
Yeah.
it's not everything they've done. Everything the folks at Bally's have done and said makes me feel like everything we've said, which is this is so the easiest event you'll have all year, is probably right. But still, it's our first time out of the gate. I don't want us to fall on our face. So that's where all my concern is. I've got my flight, I've got my room, I've figured out all the bag bullshit and how I'm bringing books and all of that. That stuff's the easy part.
See, my biggest fear is that A&D Con will go on. You guys will be having a good time, whereas I'm dead in a shallow grave because Apple Maps took me on a bad detour. And worst of all, everybody there at the convention, nobody cares.
They really are the same person.
If Bevan shows up with a box full of Bill the Vampire books, then yeah, Rick will never notice.
I've got to say, I don't think I'm any more nervous about this than I was. I mean, I don't have your guys' experience in the slightest, but I've done a couple of events where we've showed up there, and to me, it's always been less about, I'm Steve Weverill, and I'll sell some Steve Weverill books, and people want to meet Steve Weverill, and more about it's Orphans and Dragons. That's kind of, in my con experience, been kind of central to my motivation and I guess con identity. So the fact that this is all A&D actually makes things a little bit easier for me. So I don't really have to explain to strangers what the fuck a Brandon Firemaster is, which is like if you explain to someone from the podcast, it's like, yeah, Brandon Firemaster. If you explain to someone who's never heard of the podcast, they just assume you're some kind of weird sex offender. I've got to be honest. I'm looking forward to dressing up in my stand-in Firemaster costume and people just like not being that worried about it. Which I guess if listeners want to look on our Facebook page and look at the animation of me dancing in my stand-in Firemaster and then look at the expression on the woman behind me who clearly is considering calling hotel security. I think this will probably be an easier gig.
Except
for me.
That won't happen. This is Vegas. You will probably people will probably like, glance at you as stand-in thigh master and kind of give you like the eye because you look too normal. Like walk past you like fucking hipster.
He's not even wearing a feather boa.
Yeah, I'm about with Steve. I'm not particularly nervous about this because, unlike John, I haven't really taken on a lot of responsibility, and even Steve has been designing shit and stuff. I'm just kind of along for the ride, like what do you call it? Freeloading.
Like little orphan boy at the gas station.
But I've been to a couple more cons than Steve, because I've been to the cons we did as Authors and Dragons, plus a couple more. But yeah, these are the ones I enjoy the most because I actually kind of know what I'm doing. I know my place. I know my purpose here. I'll have a table to sit at and sell books, and then panels and shit or whatever. And then, but I've also got people I know to talk to whose company I enjoy, which is what I don't have at other cons.
That is
Yes.
always a really good safety net, because the first time you go to a con where you don't know anybody, it's fucking nerve-wracking, no matter how many events you've done.
Yeah.
Last year when I drove down to Orlando for Spooky Empire, I barely knew like 2 people down there, and I was like, I spent 9 hours driving down there thinking, boy, I hope this doesn't suck. Boy, I hope this doesn't suck. And it didn't. It was good. It was a fun con. But yeah, knowing that we've got that all of you guys will be there and other friends are going, it'll be cool.
You know what? That's what's going to be great, because even if we're going out there and I had no knowledge of how this was going to turn out or what the venue was going to be, going out there as part of a team is very reassuring to me. Going out there as part of a team where I feel comfortable and have a laugh, and my alcoholism is excused, and nobody complains about my golden hot pants, even though you really should. That's great. That's great to me.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're going out there, and it's weird. It's got to be a unique experience for us, because we're going out there. It's our hall. It's our crowd. We're going to have like triple figures of people coming there for
our
just for
dumbasses.
us. Yeah, it's going to be. That should be intimidating, but I find it oddly reassuring. I think it's going to be really fun.
I just find it hilarious. So I'm like, wow, this is fucking insane. All right, let's go.
Well, the other thing is, it's like, if you think about it, I mean, hanging with you guys has been awesome, because like, even above the fact that like we get along, is like every convention we've gone to, it's kind of like, I always get that impression, wow, everybody here has each other's back, which is like the most awesome thing. But then if you expand it, it's like, look at like the Discord chat, for example. This has grown into its own community. So you have people there who are like, who are just sharing their lives with each other and stuff. So it's not even like you're getting up on stage in front of a bunch of strangers. You're getting up on stage in front of a bunch of people that we see and we joke with from week to week. And like, I mean, we might not know their faces, but the second say Mark walks up, I mean, he's going to have like 6 guys there going, fuck you, Mark. And it's like going to be great.
6 guys. I'm going to make sure everybody tells Mark, fuck you, Mark.
And then he points out, he's like, wait, I'm Mark, the hotel manager. And we all get kicked out,
I'm Mark, the fire
Yeah.
inspector. Fuck you, Mark, the fire inspector.
Yeah, that's one I see happening. I'm like, that's not that Mark. That's Mark, the undercover sheriff's deputy.
That's all right.
Oh, that's Mark
We'll
the
have a
porn
good time.
slapper.
Mark the pimp. Shit.
I know exactly how much bail is available on my AAA card.
Oh wow. Yeah. Do I have to work that out before I go there?
Hopefully it's not Mark the mob boss.
I need to speak to the old fucking diplomats in advance.
Yeah, you might just at least want to know the address of the British Embassy in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's I don't think they'll let me in. I mean, I've ordered my costume in advance.
I don't know that there is a British Embassy in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I can make my own. It's a pretty convincing costume. No, yeah, and you know what? I am excited. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to meeting the fans, the listeners. I know we've got some pretty decent numbers, and I know it's going to be a party atmosphere. And everybody's kind of, if you listen to this podcast, you've all got something in common. You fucking weirdos.
That's the truth. Steve, how long is your flight?
Oh, shit. Christ, I have to stop over in Phoenix. Getting over there ain't too bad. It'll be about 12 hours, but by the time I get scrubbed up and in my hotel, it'll be kind of early evening. So going west ain't too bad. It's going east that's bad. Going home is always an ordeal.
Yeah, that's probably going to add 2 or 3 hours.
So here's the awesome thing is, Steve, you're not the only person from the UK attending.
Oh yeah.
Like we have at least one other person flying in, 4,000 fucking miles to hang with us.
Well, now I'm nervous.
There's going to be a room full of Americans laughing at my jokes, and one English person going, "I don't get it."
And one person in the back going, "You stupid cunt."
It's like, you fucking fraud. You sellout fraud.
That's not even your real accent.
I hope it's the woman in the pub with the.
That same woman. What a terrible coincidence. Oh, no. Everybody will find out that I'm not actually funny. I've just got a ridiculous accent. Oh, no.
Hey, we don't even talk like that over there.
Jesus, Rick. How dare you? Yeah. So, yeah, I am psyched. I think it's going to be great. We've got the numbers. We've got the fan passion. It's going to be a weekend to remember. Well, maybe a weekend that I can't quite remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, I haven't experienced it yet, and I'm not really prepared for it. But it's so weird that every other convention I've been to, maybe a couple of people know of us, but this is everybody is there for us.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's one of those ones where I'm trying really hard not to focus on that because that's one of those things that'll just freeze me in my tracks.
This is condensed A&D fanship, and I don't even know what that looks like. Man, it's exciting.
I am obviously the biggest narcissist among us because I'm just thinking, yeah, well, fucking of course they're all here to see us.
Well, I mean, I'm not thinking that, but I'm unlike Rick. That puts me so much more at ease.
What puts me at ease is that if somebody wants to buy something of ours, we don't have to do a fucking sales pitch. It's like if they just walk up and it's like, of course we know who the fuck you are. We paid tickets to see you, your dumbass.
So what do you write? Get the fuck out.
We fucking announce it every fucking week. Come on.
I'll skip that part.
John, am I led to believe that you waltz into every con, assuming that everyone is there to see you? Does that explain your excellent sales pitch technique?
Okay, so here's a story.
Okay.
The first year that I was an attending professional at Dragon Con, I think I've got 4 self-published books out, and that's it. I'm on 4 panels, not very heavily programmed, all for the urban fantasy track. And I walk in after going to dinner one night and I see that there's this long fucking line down the hall. And I asked somebody, hey, what are you in line for? And they said, oh, the next panel in this room, Jim Butcher's on that. And I look at my badge and I look at my watch and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot Jim was on my panel. And I just walk in and walk up to the front of the room. And it's not that I have a giant fucking ego. I mean, I do. But
no one put pen to paper without a bit of an ego. Let's fucking get
you
that
have
out.
to.
Well, not expecting people to pay money for it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I always feel like I have to. I'm never going to be the smartest guy in any room. I'm very seldom going to be the prettiest guy in any room.
Oh, less seldom.
But if I can be the cockiest, funniest motherfucker in the room, then I'll be memorable. So if I throw a little extra swagger on there, then yeah, I'm like, all right, let's go, bitches.
Let's go, bitches, indeed. I think that absolutely encapsulates what I've seen of you at cons.
And if you say that outside, the porn slappers will just, descend upon you.
No, I think John is probably like the ultimate porn slapper. They'll see him and they'll know that game knows game.
Yeah, they don't fuck with me.
They'll cease their slapping for just a moment, just to give a nod of respect to the ultimate porn slapper.
I did have a friend, however, once buy the porn slapper neon green girls to your room in 30 minutes t-shirt off the guy's back.
Nice.
Because he thought the t-shirt was hilarious, so he gave the guy $40 for the shirt.
I might consider that for my next stand-in Fight Master costume.
Oh man, I might get a shirt made that says "Live Nude Gnomes."
Oh my god!
Yes,
Awesome.
I'm gonna write that down quickly. Actually, Bevan.
I need that shit on the TeePublic store tomorrow.
Nice.
Torag, direct to your room in 30 minutes.
No one wants that T-shirt, Rick.
1-800-BDSM ass.
I tell you what, Rick. If anyone shows up in a Torag T-shirt, you fucking avoid that person.
You remember the albino guy from the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was a cleric of Torag.
Well, how about this? What do you think the chances are that there's going to at least be, even if it's just one person, cosplay there? And I'm not talking about you, Standing.
Well, I am the one. I am the 1% in this scenario. If nobody else makes an effort,
I'll have Ron Weasley Jeremy with me.
well, there you go. That's 1.5. I think Drew is talking about bringing his wizard hat. I have heard tell. I've heard rumors. We'll make that 2. 2 people.
I still have the Batman mask I let Rick
I
wear
would-
to turn into Arrow the Gods.
Yeah, I was going to say I do have a backup Halloween mask in my box that I plan on bringing.
Should you need to call upon the arrow of the gods?
I might need the backup.
Well, you never know.
As far as fans cosplaying us, or cosplaying our characters, I don't know that.
I'll be cosplaying Rick. Especially if he doesn't make it.
I'm going to make it fucking official. Now that Drew isn't here to tell me what to do, I'm going to say, if anyone has a convincing A&D cosplay, we will give them a secret prize.
Let's be honest. Semi-convincing will blow us away.
Yeah, semi-convincing. A semi-convincing A&D cosplay. There's a prize in it for you. How's that sound? I assume the audience just went, oh my God, I'm so going to dress up as Silas Kane, whatever that means.
A&D characters or any characters from any of our books?
Ooh, well, now we're talking. I mean, there's a lot of characters there. You'd have to appeal. I'll tell you what, yeah, I'll allow it as the arbiter of authority I've just made myself in this scenario. I'll allow it. If you can convince the original author that you have dressed as a semi-convincing cosplay of their character from their book, they will give you a prize.
And I really hope there's not a short fat girl with a beard, and I just point to her and say, Denise. And it's like, well, I've never read your books. Shit.
I want to see if somebody trolls us and just shows up as like Kutharic, and like we just walk around just avoiding them the entire convention.
You're dead. Go home. No. I'll tell you what, I've put it out there, guys. Now it's official. If somebody does a decent Kutharic, and they've got to really put it out there and do a convincing Kutharic, and we might put it out to the crowd. And let me tell you, you motherfucker, if the crowd says no, I don't know what will happen to you. But if the crowd says yes, there will be a prize. There will be a small prize in it for you. There we go. I can't say fair.
Wow. So you essentially just told somebody, show up there, we'll judge you. If it's good, we'll give you a small prize. If it's bad, you fucking die.
I'm sorry. Did we not put this in the small print of the ticket buying website? Okay, let me make this official. There'll be no violence if we don't like your costume. All right.
Mockery.
I liked it better when we didn't have to explicitly say that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're not going to beat the shit out of you. Is gonna sell me a ticket.
Yes, you paid for your ticket. You dressed up as one of our characters, and then you show up, and we're like, kill this motherfucker.
And 5 minutes in the Thunderdome with Brassy.
Look, we're still working this convention out. If someone has to die, I mean, look, no one's gonna die, is what I mean. In an official stance, no one is gonna die because we don't like your costume. Okay, I'm just saying.
Head injuries.
Yeah. If you come with a convincing costume from Orphans and Dragons or one of our books, we will give you a prize. And we definitely won't destroy you if we don't like the costume.
I think everybody's comforted now.
Okay, good. Great. Excellent. I mean, we've got to be careful about this. I mean, we're running an event. Whew. Jeez, that was close. Okay, now that everybody's comfortable again and feels safe to come to our convention on September the 21st and 22nd, we're going to have a great time, you guys. Please do dress up.
And, whatever we say here, there's always, you have a far less chance of getting murdered to death if, at our convention than you do if you go storm Area 51.
Yeah, I mean, we can always absolutely guarantee that. Thank you for reminding the Bevan that you are 100% safer at Orphans and Dragons convention than you are storming the gates of Area 51, or indeed any American military installation.
So we had a main topic, but we're a fucking hour in. So.
Jeez, yeah, I don't know. Do we need a main topic now? I mean, this is great. I'm really excited.
We want to talk a little bit about what the programming at A&D Con is going to look like.
Yeah, John, why don't you tell us?
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Well, now that you mention it, John, that is something I've definitely assumed that people have thought about.
By people, you mean me.
Yes.
This is why I don't feel nervous at all. Got absolutely no idea what I'm getting into.
Because there's going to be programming, and you have no idea what it's going to be, so why be nervous?
Yeah.
So in addition to our 100th episode, which is going to be fucking amazing. It's 100 episodes. Jesus Christ, how did we do that?
Dude, you talk about how did we do that? How did we get past 6 episodes? I mean, really. But
how did we ever get out of the well?
Yes. I mean, we should have died a long time ago. But I see your point.
Yeah. So in addition to that, that's going to be on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Then, in addition to that, we're going to have some panels on writing and creativity, and specifically, we've got a panel that's going to be talking about world building for books and role-playing campaigns, where some of our guests that are authors and some of our guests that are experienced gamers and GMs and some that are both are going to talk about the tips and things that they use to build the worlds and make them immersive for their readers and for their players. And then our friend Ben, who has GM'd for us on a couple of side quests, he's going to run a game a celebrity panelist game might be something like Cards Against Humanity, might be something different, but that's going to include a lot of our other non-Authors and Dragons podcast members like E.M. Kaplan, who was one of our guest GMs, Andrea Judy from Roll for Trouble, J.D. Jordan, author of Calamity, and Teresa Glover, author of the Caitlin Kelly Monster Hunter novellas. Ben's going to run a game for them.
We should mention there that if you don't remember Ben, please do check our episode, our side quest backlog for our Inspector's Adventure, where we chased a disembodied ghost penis, amongst other things. That was all down to Ben. He's a heck of a game manager. Those were some entertaining episodes.
Didn't he also run us in Everyone is John?
He did as well. God bless him.
And what a dark episode that turned out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of child endangerment in that episode. Oh.
Yeah, you guys were fucked up.
And pet endangerment.
I wasn't on that episode, but goddamn.
It's probably just as well, John.
Yeah, and we like to think like the actual thing we were playing was Everyone is John Hartness.
No.
Sorry, I just assumed that's what it was. I assumed that's what made me kind of like non-incriminate for any future activity. But anyway, John.
We should rename that Shingles the Game.
That's entirely accurate.
We'll also have some other panels on writing with people like M. Kaplan, Rick's co-author Ari Carr, James A. Hunter. All of us will be talking about writing on various panels. We're going to have a storytime panel that I called No Shit, I Really Did That. Crazy things we've done and seen in our careers. Then there's going to be one that I called Flaws, Foibles, and Fuck-Ups, talking about how to make great characters and how it's the flaws in characters that make them really good. We've got a mechanical style panel for those people who are more focused on actually learning something instead of just dick jokes.
Oh, you're saying more machine than man.
And that panel is going to be about how to make a book. Going to talk about covers, going to talk about layout, and the mechanical pieces of making a book and a book cover. Melissa MacArthur, who edits all the Shingles books for us, will be there. J.D. Jordan, who's an author and graphic designer. John Luther Davis, who does all of our Shingles covers. And M. Kaplan will be on that panel.
And then to steal a human's face.
Huh?
Sorry, carry on, John. Don't worry about it.
And because nobody wants to sit and listen to a bunch of writers talk about writing all fucking day while you're in Las Vegas, we're going to play some more games. We've got Roll for Trouble Live. They're a Twitch streaming live play D&D game. So they're going to come in and run an episode of their game. And then we'll also do a side quest live. That's all in one room. In the next room, we'll have tables set up where people can buy books, get books signed, and there'll be some some tables in the center of the room where people can just play other random games. So if you've got a Magic deck, bring your Magic deck. People will play Magic the Gathering. If you've got Cards Against Humanity, somebody bring some Cards Against Humanity. You know, it'll be some open area where people can hang out and talk and BS and just be with like-minded nerds. So one room will be all programming and all of us sitting up on a stage and saying, fuck you, Mark. And then the other room will be where you give us all your money and then you can hang out at the tables.
Ooh. And I'm led to believe by Drew, and this is still kind of, I think we're keeping this kind of sketchy because a little bit of a surprise, but I think Drew is considering running some kind of A&D flavored Dungeons and Dragons modules. So that might be something available for some lucky visitors, but it's still a little bit vague, still a little bit of a surprise. We'll see about that.
Although, let's be real, we're a little bit vague just in general. There will be fuckery afoot.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's probably should be our slogan.
And I mean, then there's kind of the after hours thing. I mean, you know, assuming we don't like completely lose our minds and like run screaming, the idea being
That's a fucking heck of an assumption, Rick.
but the idea being that like maybe like hey, hang out with us, have a drink, or like just chill and just talk and just bullshit for a while.
At least one night, I'm going to go play in a poker tournament somewhere in Las Vegas. So,
Oh shit!
come play poker with me.
Or hey, go there and like and carry John back after he like loses his kneecaps.
Yeah,
Carry a
That's what I
naked
meant.
John back. He loses both his shirt and his kneecaps for the true Orphans and Dragons experience.
We you know what we should have? We should have drunken Bevan manhunt.
Well, I was gonna say I don't expect to be doing a lot of gambling at all because I'm cheap and intelligent. But
I'm neither of those things.
I'm one of those things.
But I after hours, I imagine I will find a place to perch with a cooler full of Bud Light and
I'm absolutely on board with Bevan. Now, it's not something we can promise ahead of time because we don't really know kind of what we've got available out there, but it's something we'll probably be announcing on the day. Obviously, when our hall cutoff is cut off, we have to leave the hall, but we will be announcing where we are afterwards, whether that be a bar somewhere or Bevan's secret hovel. We'll see about that. But obviously, we're going to have games and we're going to have shows, and it's going to be great. When that's done, we don't basically want to tell you guys to fuck off. We're going to tell you where we're going to be, whether that be a hotel lobby or, again, whatever seedy dive Bevan finds himself in.
Goddamn! Now we got to close the convention. We're like, thanks for joining us here for 2 days. Now fuck off.
I wish they hadn't blown up the Imperial Palace because it had the greatest shitty little bar attached to it.
Oh my god, we need to find a new greatest shitty little bar.
I can't imagine there's a shortage.
Again, I'm not speaking officially here, but I'm just saying that if anyone finds a shitty little bar, that's kind of my wheelhouse.
Either that or we'll be hanging out like at that place that John, you were telling us where we can just get $5 footlongs.
Yeah.
Oof. Just so many hot dogs. If you want to watch the cast of Orphans and Dragons shove a footlong into their mouths. What do people want from this convention? I don't know. Maybe they want to see Bevan tackling a footlong.
I paid good money for this convention. Now you're going to take all the footlongs I tell you to take.
No, that's extra.
Swallowing.
Enough money. I'll take the footlong wherever you want me to take it.
You heard it here, folks.
I'm not setting prices right now, but
And I will just go on record as saying as Robert Bevan and I are not the same person.
But they have the same pricing structure.
I demand the footlong show promised in the side quest. We can't be too ironclad about what we're saying right now because this is something new to us and to you. But I'm really confident it's going to be a good time.
It's also fucking Vegas, and
Yeah.
if ever a place is chaos personified, it's fucking Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, this is, when you think about, a wonderful place to have our first con. Because if everything goes wrong and Bevan somehow sets fire to the stage, and that's not outside the realms of possibility, then you're still in Vegas, and you still got us with you.
more likely I'm in a hospital with a hot dog on my ass.
Yeah, I mean, you can sign his pelvic cast. I know I will.
I got third-degree burns and a hot dog up my ass. This has been a hell of a weekend.
But I'm $7 richer.
Yeah, those penny slots, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm sitting here Googling dive bars in Las Vegas now, so...
I hope that the listeners at home are also Googling dive bars in Vegas. And I hope if you haven't bought your ticket yet, maybe this side quest has convinced you that you want to come along. Have a bit of a good time.
I think our readers are instead Googling, how far up somebody's ass can I shove a foot long?
Well, at most a foot.
Totally gonna yeah.
Well, Rick, I don't disrespect our readers as much. I already suspect they know exactly how far they can shove a foot long. Because you know what? Our readers are great. Our listeners are great. Everybody who's bought a ticket to Orphans and Dragons Vegas Con is super great, or super in a situation where they can do it. I'm not disparaging you other listeners.
And if you can't make it, we do have our GoFundMe, which does I believe that gives you access to buttons and behind the scenes footage.
Right, I think we're going to be recording as much of this as we can, so we will make it available to not everybody who contributes to the GoFundMe, but just everybody.
Okay.
So if you're aware of our YouTube channel, please do subscribe. Please do like, please do share. We'll hopefully get as much video content as we can up there. But yes, if you want to contribute to our GoFundMe, and basically that just contributes to our con costs, helps us put on a better show, also gets you a unique set of Orphans and Dragons buttons, which are exclusive. The only way you can get them is to contribute to the GoFundMe or to turn up at Las Vegas and pay for one. So if you want some of that sweet, sweet button action, you know where to go. Check out our Facebook page and you can find the GoFundMe link there. Or turn up at Las Vegas. We'd love to see you.
But I also will say, as a plug for our Facebook page, stay tuned there for After Dragon Con, maybe around like the 3rd or 4th of September. For I will have a special announcement there revolving around Dragon Con. I'm sorry, around A&D Con, because Dragon Con will be over. Nobody will give a fuck at that point. A&D Con.
Yeah, and speaking of our YouTube channel, do tune into that. I don't know if you're aware, we occasionally put stuff up on there that is kind of represented in our podcast. There we have the Adventure Brodeo featuring myself and Drew Hayes laughably attempting to play World of Warcraft.
I found a bar across the street from Bally's with $1 Michelob Light.
Shit.
Basically Bevan's paradise.
Well, no, because I still get like cans for cheaper.
Yeah, most casinos aren't going to let you pull your cooler around with you.
Is this like even hotel lobbies and stuff?
The hotel lobby is the casino.
Shit.
Yeah.
I reevaluate my drinking.
I was going to say that now I'm going to have to play Robert Bevan there because he's like, fuck this, I'm not showing up.
You can usually, if you have an open container, walk into any other place that sells booze.
This is all useful information.
Then what's the point of buying any there?
Gambling.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they give you booze while you gamble.
Yeah.
We're all wearing cargo pants, right?
There's a lot of pocket space there.
I mean, I just assumed that.
Hell, I just bought 3 new pairs, so shit. I got underwear. I got I got cargo shorts, and I got a bunch of A&D shirts.
You got cargo underwear?
No. Oh God, if only.
That would be the
Use
best
your
thing
God-given access to male clothing to store as much of that $1 Michelob you can get. And just try not to be sideways at any point in time.
This place has $5 Patron, and it's across the street from our hotel.
Shit.
Yeah. I'm going to need at least 3 escorts at all times because I'm really heavy when I pass out. Just warning you fuckers now.
I'm going to need 3 escorts each time because I just like whores.
And I will just say, John and I are rooming together. So if those three escorts decide to ditch him, the room's all mine.
Yeah, if they leave me passed out face down, hot dog up on a fucking park bench.
Oh man, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, now I just kind of want to survive Dragon Con so I can get to Vegas. And I usually
Cool.
really love Dragon Con. But
We had somebody on I believe it was Rick's fandom, saying that maybe he slightly regrets his choice to go to A&D Con rather than Dragon Con, a financial choice, because of Dragon Con's all-night dance party cosplay session.
has this guy never been to Vegas?
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, I want to go to an all-night cosplay dance party. You're coming to fucking Vegas, motherfucker.
Isn't Electric Daisy Carnival the same weekend?
Well, you could probably, but even that, it's like the only thing stopping A&D Con in Las Vegas being an all-night cosplay dance party is then people showing up. They can make it so if they just fucking believe in themselves. Okay, I think we originally had a kind of more nerdy what's going on in nerd culture topic that we wanted to talk about.
But fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. We're too excited about this event. And I'm sorry if this has come off as a bit shilly to some of you, but I'm being genuine when I say we're just really excited about this, and we just wanted to talk about it for a bit. And we really hope that you can meet us out there.
It's going to be a great time. It's going to be way more low-key than most of the cons that we attend, and more dick jokes.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. I mean, the dick joke to person there ratio is going to be, my God, we need some kind of scientist.
This is going to be the most wonderful con because nobody has to ask, is this safe for kids? Because if you're bringing your kids to our convention, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Fuck
Because
you,
it
Rick.
definitely fucking is.
I am bringing my kids.
But your kids live with
Yeah,
you.
they live with you, you know?
Yeah, but they're your kids.
But about being shilly, if you're a fan of Robert Bevan books, then I'm totally comfortable being shilly.
Yeah, I got no problem chilling like a motherfucker. But I think it is getting close to time to wrap up because now that I said some bullshit about playing Magic with people in Vegas, I think I'm going to have to build a new commander deck so that I can play Magic with people in Vegas. And only about 4 of our fans are going to have any fucking idea what I'm talking about, but those 4 may be really excited about it.
I gotta pee.
That too.
He's got to train for peeing in Vegas because obviously he is role-playing Klaus Richter.
Oh,
basically
nobody
means-
else is gonna pee during the entire stay in Las Vegas.
Well, I just assumed he'd be like some kind of fountain centerpiece. Is that not what's going on?
It's a desert. It just kind of sucks the moisture out of you. You don't have to piss the whole time you're there.
That would be
man.
amazing. I might move there.
Yeah.
I piss via osmosis.
Rick, is there any specific training you have to do for Las Vegas?
As I was saying earlier, just make sure I don't wind up on a lonely mountain road with like banjos playing.
But if you do, you've already paid for your half of the hotel room, so I'm good.
Yeah, no one can guarantee that, Rick. I mean, it's an exciting adventure we're all going on. My word, I can't wait to see you guys there. And listeners, I can't wait to see you there either.
New faces and old faces alike. It is gonna be fucking wild.
Yeah, and we're not sure what kind of psychopath is going to murder Rick and wear his face to Vegas.
Yeah.
That'd be me.
Hey,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, he's just been doing my voice the entire time.
So, thank you for tuning in. Say goodbye, fellas.
Goodbye.
Bye, fellas.
Bye.